Hey everyone, it's Tracy Martirana here from Holistic Wellness with Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. You might not know this, and I didn't either until just recently, but January is National Hobby Month, a time to encourage creativity, personal growth, and a little bit of fun. In the new year, we are often called to try something new, to learn something new, to do something different than what we've been doing every single day. And for some of us, that means engaging in a new hobby. And for some of us, that means dusting off an old one and giving it a try again. Did you know that in addition to just something to do that sparks creativity and keeps us busy, hobbies have several benefits? Depending on the hobby, some of them will provide a certain amount of physical exercise. Some simply stimulate the mind. Most of them will decrease stress and anxiety. They inspire that creativity. And many, even very solitary hobbies, can be an invitation for social interaction. Either sharing your hobby, like inviting a friend over to do it side by side, to inviting a friend to go do the hobby, maybe if it's an outdoor thing like hiking or golf. You can join social groups online of people who enjoy the same types of hobbies. So you can share like what you've done. So if it's an artistic hobby like watercolor, you can join a watercolor group and share what you've done and learn from others and just talk to people about the hobby that you love. If you are like many people, we kind of sometimes lose ourselves in our responsibilities and our roles as parents, and we can let hobbies just slide. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh yeah, I had that hobby, that thing I used to do back when I was 20 that I loved, maybe I should do that. But there's many of us who have no idea where to start. We haven't had a hobby in a long time. We don't even know what we like or what we'd want to do. So I'm going to give you just a few ideas of hobbies that you might want to consider. If you want an outdoor hobby, obviously any sort of sport can usually be outdoor. Of course, things like bowling and such are still a sport, giving you some exercise, but they're indoors. So, I don't know, is there a sport that you're interested in? Maybe hiking, fishing, gardening, bird watching, kayaking, geocaching, cycling, beach combing, camping. Are there more? I'm sure there's more. Let me know in the comments if you can think of some outdoor hobbies that I've missed. And then when it comes to indoor hobbies, again, there are still physical ones like bowling, but my favorite is reading. I also love watercolor. So watercolor or acrylic or any sort of drawing, sketching, painting, collaging, any sort of artistic type hobby. Crocheting or knitting, sewing, about cooking or baking, woodworking, furniture restoration, what else? Jewelry making, creative writing, or an instrument. Learn to play an instrument. Again, all kinds. It can be something very creative. It could even be doing jigsaw puzzles, crossword puzzles, something like that. They're all hobbies and they're all good for stress and anxiety. And I think we all need that. If you're looking to start a new hobby, I would give you just a couple little suggestions. Always start small if it's a new hobby, because there's a chance that you're going to try it and you're just not going to like it. So you don't want to invest a lot of time, energy, or money in the very beginning. Do something so that you can get just a taste of it. If you're thinking of joining a bowling league, but you've never bowled before, go bowl a couple games and just see what you think of it. If you're thinking about doing something more artistic, just grab some paper and sketch a little bit, or get a very cheap set of watercolors and just try it out a little and see what you're feeling before you get too far into it. Possibly borrow supplies if that's an option. If you have no choice but to purchase stuff, see if you can purchase used stuff. For sports, you might be able to find something used. For arts and crafts, maybe, maybe not. But if you can't find it used, I would suggest trying to find something like cheap and don't overdo it. And I think of this with watercolors, because when I first wanted to start watercolor, and I'm not great at watercolor, I'll show you here a few cute little things that I have done over the last year, just playing around with watercolor. It's fun, it's cute, But my first instinct was to go online and buy the top of the line watercolors. And then I was thinking, what colors do I need? So I was watching video after video on YouTube to see like what colors artists recommend as being like the staple colors that you need. And I could have easily spent $150, $200 on just basic supplies, probably even more than that. And luckily I stopped myself and instead I bought some middle range paper. I didn't want to go too cheap because I thought that might actually skew how much I enjoyed it. And I bought a fairly cheap but not bottom of the barrel palette of trays. All in all, it cost me probably 40 bucks. And I was able to play around and decide I liked it enough. And then I bought some better paper. I bought a practice book. I still haven't purchased those really expensive watercolors because I don't think I really need it. I think what I bought works just fine. So don't jump in and buy too much too soon. And lastly, if you're looking for like a how-to book or a book with information about the hobby that you're taking on, consider going to your library before you buy a new book. And then also go to YouTube and search videos. There are all kinds of tutorials on just about anything you're interested in doing on YouTube. Whatever your interests are, there is likely a hobby for you. Don't be afraid to experiment and try new things. Hobbies can keep our lives fun and interesting. And to live from a place of holistic wellness, it is essential to find things that bring you joy and fulfillment. I hope you enjoy your hobbies in January and every month of the year. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.